You say that way you like. You may come rock off your pipe.
Quacey don't take off your panty. I teach you just a jiggle up.
On your cocky, you go back it up.
Hey guys, how's it going? Hey, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Niecy B. Niecy B, baby. Don't forget the baby. Boom, boom, baby. Don't forget the baby. Wookie, 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 wookie. So if you enjoyed the song in the intro, that's actually one of my friends. And his name is Quacey. I hope I said that right. Because now he's gonna roast me. I'll leave the link down below. The song is Turn Up Away. I think it's bothering me that I don't have my backdrop, so give me a second. Okay, I feel like a million. Yeah, I feel a lot better. This is a Get Ready With Me. Hey, I never thought I would film a Get Ready With Me because frankly, I'm not a beauty guru. I barely know the ins and outs. However, I am one of those girls that can put themselves together for the occasion. Yeah, my look is more of a natural look, not really a dramatic look. So I'm gonna start off by doing a primer. So I'm gonna be using the Nivea like men's actor shade. I actually don't know the purpose of a primer. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This is gonna be an interesting Get Ready With Me because I know nothing. Okay, so this is it. I've always wanted to do this, some of these. And this is it, as you can see. And you know, you put your hand in front. And then like this much in my hand, and that's probably entirely too much, but I don't care. There's a mirror right here because my camera isn't close enough, so if you see me staring off to the side, I still care about you guys, but I also need to be able to see what I'm doing. I'm an old lady. I'm getting old. My birthday's in like 2 months. Exactly today. My birthday is 2 months away. Isn't that crazy? Like getting older used to be so exciting, and like I'm not super old yet. Like I'm not at an age where I feel like I need to freak out completely, but I'm getting closer to like an age, which I'm not going to name the age, I don't want to offend anybody, where you know you start to be like, oh shit, my life isn't completely together yet. And I do have quarter life crisis every so often. Right now I'm just brushing up my brows with my dusty little brow brush. You're going to notice that my brows are janky AF, and honestly it's because I thread my brows and there are like negative threading ladies in Korea. Then you'd think the other option would be to wax the brows. Yeah, it would be if there was any appropriate waxing women in Korea. Like there are a couple, but they're mostly in Seoul. I'm not traveling all the way to Seoul every couple weeks to get my brows waxed. So right now they're just growing free because I don't want anyone to mess up my brows. I have like scars from being a reckless child and I don't want to mess up. I don't want to come off as like a complete dust bucket to you guys. So I went to Daiso and I picked up like a couple little like mini brushes because like let me tell you, my brushes are in a state of emergency. So let's get into what I actually want to talk about. So first let's talk about my weekend. I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills, there we go, dip brow pomade in chocolate. One of my friends, Maya, she has a sister, her name is Taya. If you're watching this, which I hope you are, hey girl, hey. You are literally the most adorable thing ever. Like she's so cute and so sweet, and she's a subscriber. And Maya had told me a couple months prior, she's like, you know, my sister is obsessed with your channel. She really likes you, and she's coming to Korea to come study. She can't wait to meet you. And I didn't realize that the weekend that we were having the Caribbean event that she'd actually be in Seoul because she was coming for the 6-week course. And so Maya's like, you know, she pulls up on me, she's like, hey, like my sister's coming here, she's coming to meet me here. And I was like, oh, like I'm so excited, I can't wait to meet her. So she's like, okay, when she gets here, I'll bring her over. So I said, no problem. I did get to stop and talk to her, and let me tell you, you see, people don't seem to understand, like I don't see myself as a big deal whatsoever. Like I just put the content out and I hope people like it, and if you like it, you like it, and if you don't, you don't. And people are like super excited to meet me. I get so like, it's such a, like it's I don't know how to describe it. Like it's not like a starstruck, like I'm the shit. Like it's not like that. It's more of like a, like I feel like that sigh. It's just like a, like my heart smiles. There we go, my heart smiles. And that sounds corny AF, and I'm not being fake, but like when people literally come up to me in the street and they're like, Niecy, Ebony, whatever they call me, and they're like, oh my god, I watch your channel, I love your content, like you're great, I like literally like, I'm just like this. I love embracing you guys because like your energy is really positive and you wish the best for me and you want the best for me. So it's like so overwhelming and it's so wonderfully overwhelming, not overwhelming like, oh my god. Miss Taya was super sweet. So hey girl, hey. I'm talking so much and not doing any makeup, so here we go. I just want to obsess about her for a minute. I'm going to conceal. Usually when I conceal with 2 concealers. Okay, they're both LA Pro Girl concealer. Yeah, this is beautiful bronze. I'm not sure if you can even see that. And this one is toffee. This is too light and this is too dark, like too close to my skin complexion. So I don't know what the in-between of these two are, but whatever it is, I mix them together and I make it work. That's what my concealer looks like. Oh god, I won't be able to do this on camera. Let me just... Okay. So I don't need to tell you guys what I'm doing because you can see. But I just create the arch that is non-existent because there's hair everywhere. So anyways, that was super dope. Later that night we went out and I actually ended up bumping into more subscribers. The one thing that I was really honored by, and it was a consistent theme. Sorry, I'm so concentrated on making sure this brow doesn't look like shit. And something, I'm just going to use like Taya's exact words. She's like, I just like you because you're so real. And like, you don't understand how much it touches me. Like, I try to be the most authentic version of myself on camera. Like, even my little quirks, my little attitude, like that will come out. I show you guys how proud I am of my culture and from where like my parents come from and my grandparents come from. Like, I show you how proud I am of that, and I'm accepted for that, and I'm happy that I'm relatable and I come off as real because that's all I try to be. I find that a person's most authentic self is like what the hell is that? Self is like the best self that you can be, because like that's when you're just being you, and people can relate to authenticity, not like this. I think I fucked up this brow. I'm gonna have to fix it. Just ignore that. But I feel like when you're your most authentic self, that's when people really see you, and that's when people can relate to you. If you're here trying to flex for the gram or flex for the tube or whatever, like, you're not showing your authentic self, and a lot of people are just living through you as a fantasy, and that's, yeah, nah. So I'm just happy that that's a consistent compliment that I get. That like people watch me because I'm real, because I'm relatable, you know. But in other news, now that I don't know if my eyebrows are even where I want them to be right now. It's so hard to clean up your eyebrows when like there's so much hair. I was like, I don't know, man. Pretty much something that has been on my mind a lot lately is self-awareness. I'm gonna tell you how this topic came up in my mind. It's something I knew I'd talk about on my YouTube channel. So I'm not gonna lie to you, it came up at first because of petty circumstances. I found that some people were acting up in a type of way that I was just like, yo, you need to be more self-aware of what you're doing. And I wanted to come up here and shade. I'm not gonna lie, it was petty AF, and I was embarrassed when I sat and I thought about it. Because as I thought about it, I realized that I need to be more self-aware, and I know I shouldn't be doing things sometimes, but I do them anyways and then feel bad about them after, and that's problematic. Like, in the act of me doing something, and it's not anything reckless, it'll be like me having a whole ass attitude with somebody for no reason, or if I just get angry about something, I think to myself, why'd you have to react? This is something that I've always tried to practice, but I've never put into practice. So I've always been like meaning to really commit to the cause, and I never have. I'm just gonna put some of the little mixture I had in my hand onto my eyelid to prime it, or using it as a base. I just realized I need to reflect, and I need to kind of gather myself. Like, I need to gather myself. And the reason why I think self-awareness is so important is because you never want anyone to tell you about yourself. And what I mean by that is, like, sometimes we all need that, like, get it together, stop acting like a little shit conversation. But if you are aware of this, at least you can make that a broader conversation, as opposed to someone just telling you about yourself. You can be like, yeah, I know this is how I am, and I do want to change. And you could show them that, like, this is something that you're actively working on. Oh, I actually got this really nice blush neutrals palette from BH Cosmetics. It looks like this. This is just a whole bunch of neutrals. This is my favorite one to use. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that. Certain things that I realized about myself, and these are the negative things, or I will say that they're positives, is that I have a very quick temper. I've always had a hot temper. Has it improved over the years? It sure as hell has, because I used to be 20 million times worse than this. I used to go off at the mouth and literally not give a fuck who got caught in the crossfire. But nowadays, I'm a lot more conscious of what I say and how I say it. I'm using the wrong color. Shoot. No, I don't want to use this color. I'm changing it. I'm sorry. I meant to use this color, but I'm using that color. I don't want to use that color. Okay, let me see if I can cover it up. I can't, because obviously that color is brighter. Shit. Okay, so I'm going to wipe it off. Also, like, I take a lot on that I don't need to take on in terms of just things that happen. Certain things will happen and I'll act like it's like not the end of the world, but more of like a really big issue that I need to talk about over and over and over again, when I could just see that it's happening and just move on. And those, I think, are my main two. Just being super duper aware of how I interact with people, because the way that you interact with people will leave an imprint on them, and that will be a lasting memory. Some people are super forgiving, and some people are super understanding, and some people have met me under different circumstances and know that, like, on a regular day, I'm not gonna have a whole ass attitude with them. But I can't depend on, you know, the person meeting me in the right time and the right circumstances and allowing that memory of me to outshine the memory of me being moody. I'm gonna say being moody, not being mean, because naturally I'm not a nasty person. Like, I'm not naturally like that. And I don't act like that, but I will have an attitude that is not cute. But on the other hand, I also try to acknowledge the good things about myself. That I'm hardworking, that I'm determined, that I can be creative, and also that I am a very caring person. I'm very selfless. And today, actually, it really touched me because one of my good friends, she messaged me. She's out here in Korea too, and you know, she was saying to me, like, she was just saying how much she loves me and like how much like I can be misunderstood because, like, you know, sometimes I might have an attitude, sometimes this might happen. But at the end of the day, she knows that I'm like a really selfless person, and the only reason why I interact with people, or the only reason people might think I'm angry, is because they don't realize that it's just because of how much I care. And literally, that's where most of my frustration comes from. When I care about people and they're doing things that I'm just like, why? Yes, I want to care about people. Yes, I want people to understand. But those things can come off as controlling. Those things can come off as angry. Those things can come off as judgmental. And I'm none of those things. I don't feel those things when I'm speaking to people. I'm just very passionate, and I want people to understand like their worth and stuff. And I don't realize that my aggression can be misconstrued. This really nice neutral brown. The name of the thing is Look at My Eyes Cafe. But no, that's actually the name of the actual eyeshadow. So the number is BR408. I don't know why it doesn't have an actual name. It's a Korean brand. I'm going to take this with my softer like blending brush and pop it into my crease. So anyways, as I was saying, it's not an excuse. Sometimes I have an attitude and it just pops out of nowhere and I'm just like, what's wrong with me? But because I'm aware of these things, I'm trying to work on them. You know, I'll find different ways to express myself when I'm concerned, as opposed to making it come off as something else, you know? And I feel like that's important for self-awareness. And I feel like I'm proud of myself because there have been a lot of situations where I could have popped off as of late. And I've just been like, you know what? People are going to live the lives that they want to live. They're going to lead the lives they want to lead. And they might not want to hear my opinion. Like, do you guys feel that way? Like, I'm pretty sure everyone has certain things about themselves that they feel and that they don't know how to sort out, or that they know they want to change. This is called this is Mono Eyes, and it's from, oh, what's the name of this store? Hold on. Alidaum. It looks like Aritam. It's M09. That it's like a chocolate, like a deep chocolate color, and that's what I use to darken the outer areas here. I don't use too much because it's super dark and pigmented, and that's all I have to say about that. So anyways, I just kind of like, oh god, that's too dark. See, this is what I mean. It's so pigmented and I wasn't watching what I was doing. So now I'm gonna have to try and blend it out like it's nobody's business. Let me just use my finger for this. There you go. I might have to do some damage control because I think I messed it up, but who knows. So I'm pretty sure you guys have like a couple things that you're working on. Make sure you share them below in the comment section if you have certain things you're working on, like being more self-aware, being less aggressive, because I think that's one of my things. I'm a super aggressive human. But yeah, like, I feel like I have so much more to say about self-awareness. Even just being aware of changes within yourself. I noticed that around January, February, that I was feeling super down and I couldn't create content. I noticed that about myself. I didn't know why. I was feeling like super duper down and had no motivation to do anything. I barely wanted to get out of bed. I found myself being a lot more emotional and crying so much more. And I'm a thug and I do not cry. So when I noticed that, you know, I'm crying a lot more, this is weird, or, you know, I'm feeling certain ways, like a lot of negative thoughts in terms of myself, and just feeling like I was failing at things. Even up until March, I want to say, I was in the same negative headspace, and I was just like, wow, like what is wrong with me? Why can't I get it together? Why can't I be happy? And I realized that I had to have been going through depression. Like, it had to be that. I was going through depression, and that was really hard for me because I'm abroad. But I knew the source of it was because I was ready to go. I'm ready to close this chapter that we call Korea, and I'm ready to go home. And so, you know, when you're ready to go, you're ready to go. And I feel like everyone comes to that point where they're like, okay, Korea has fulfilled its purpose in my life, and I'm ready to get out of here. And that was me. This is actually the Club Cleo, like super black. The Club Cleo, like super black eyeliner. It's amazing. I love it. There we go. Okay. Oh, okay. So I've attempted to make 2 wings, but who knows if they worked out. This is the Great Lash Maybelline New York, very black, noir intense. Okay. And I'm just going to use that first to kind of prep my eyelashes for my main mascara. So, second mascara, I don't know the name of it. It's this Maybelline bottle. Just look for this one in the stores. Next up is my foundation. I use the Dream Liquid Mousse Airbrush Finish 130 Cocoa is the color I'm using, and this is it. It's a very natural look, and it gives me like a rich glow. I put probably entirely too much on, who knows. I used to use like a beauty blender, but I don't use it anymore. I enjoy using the brush now. It just melts into my skin. Don't worry, I will be taking it down to my neck. Just give me a minute. Anyways, I was saying I could feel myself going through depression, and I didn't want to. But I didn't have a choice at this point because I was just stressing out about stuff like student loans and all that shit. So these are things that we shouldn't have to stress about. My sister just brought into perspective for me that is like the least of my worries right now. Live your best life, essentially, because when you die, the student loans will still be there. So pay your minimum balance. I'm not saying this is what other people should do, but she just told me, you know, pay your minimum balance and you'll be good. And look at that. Like, can you guys tell me that that's not like dope AF? Look at this. Like, it has such like a nice, smooth finish. Taking my 2 concealers again, mixing them together. I'm going to use them under my eyes, and then I'll blend them in with my fancy new brush that I purchased, or my fancy new sponge I purchased, I should say. This cute little sponge I got from Daiso. It's a sponge on one side and a brush on the other. Oh, that's too much. So, you know, I'm thugging it out, as I should be. And I'll continue to thug it out, because it is what it is, you know? I wish I could wet this, because not like we're working with a dry sponge, but we'll see what happens. So, but I just try to remind myself of all the things I have and how fortunate I am to be living in this world where life is like so unpredictable and it ain't safe, you know? Oh, I didn't even show you which one this is. This is the sorry, Sasha. Oh my god, it's getting all over the place. Sasha Buttercup Setting Powder. It's the yellow one. It's all over my hand, it's all over my leg, it's all over me. Yo, this is a joke, dog. Like, I think I did it right. I've been doing a lot better, and you know, I listen to gospel every morning. I'm actually listening to that Snoop Dogg gospel album. I'm not sure if you guys knew that Snoop Dogg had a gospel album, but he sure as hell does, and it's really, really good. I think I'm ready to dust this off because I don't like leaving on my face too long. It looks like this weird cast. I should like kind of around the edges and underneath it. I'll kind of like reinforce it. So anyways, take care of yourselves as well. Like, I'm just talking about like how I was feeling, but literally take care of yourselves because it's important. Monitoring your interactions with others, who's stealing your energy, who's adding to it. Right now I am mixing 2 blushes together. I am mixing this one here and this one here, just for a little blush for my cheeks. And you know, you do this smile and get the apples of your cheeks. It's gonna look too red probably, but I usually blend it out. Yes, look at that, that's so red. So some things I'm excited for is vacay. I'm going back to Thailand. Oh, I'm going to Taiwan. That was the other announcement. Yeah, I'm going to Taiwan and Thailand for summer vacay. And also, another exciting thing is Sims 4 Seasons came out. I'm not sure if you guys know I'm a simmer. I am. Blended out my blush. So it's just a nice rosy glow. You know, you bring it up a little bit over here and stuff. And you get a little, and yeah, a little rosy glow. I think I'm getting close to my last steps. And one of my last steps is always my highlight. It's Makeup Academy Undress Your Skin Shimmer Highlighter in Iridescent Gold. Iridescent? I think it says iridescent, sorry. Iridescent Gold. So that's what I'm using right now. And it's really nice. Still don't know how to put on highlighter well, so excuse me as I attempt. Find where the sun hits your face. So I think it's like this. Yep, see, look at that. Up already. This is a mess. Okay, I think I got it. Honestly, I pretty much messed up with my highlighter. So I'm gonna try and fix it. Probably off camera. I don't know, man. But you know, you guys got the point here. I think the last thing I'm gonna do is put on my lipstick. Gosh, I guess I feel like this kind of got all over the place. But essentially my message is just be aware of your emotions and your emotional changes. Don't let anyone kind of blow it off or make it seem like it's lesser than it is if you know there's something wrong or if you know there's something changing. And be aware of how you interact with others because the imprint that you leave on them will be a lasting one. I'm learning that myself, as I stated. So right now I'm just going to line my lips because it's my Ray Ray lipstick. Is really nice, but it's a bit bright for my skin tone without a lip liner. There we go. I kind of just did that and it lined the top for me. Ooh. My hands are filthy. I feel like I need a redo on that. The BH Cosmetics, it's my Ray Ray Rosy Ray liquid lipstick. It's nice. Very pink. Okay. This is what it looks like before I blend it because John knows. I think that's pretty good. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like, if you enjoy these chit chat get ready with me and stuff like that, let me know. Yeah, so this is pretty much the finished look. Subscribe and follow me on my Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter just to see when I make those kind of announcements. I usually take my polls on Instagram, so make sure you're there to, you know, take part, or even on the YouTube community page. As always, it's a peace, and it's a love, and it's a annyeong.
Feeling all this, she already know this. She want a bad man to come and video this. I'm feeling all this, she already know this. She want a bad man to come and video this. You want my